It's 9:17 p.m. on a Friday evening, and you're tossing and turning in bed with all of these different ideas and things that you really want to see out in the world. It's keeping you up. But at the same time, you're delighted by all the ideas and you wish you could just go sit at your desk and take action. 1 minute, you're vividly imagining yourself on stage speaking into a mic with a disco ball rhythmically swirling lights onto you and the faces of the people listening. You're at your first women's conference and you are the keynote speaker. Another idea, you all of a sudden imagine the opening orientation call of your program for working moms, your life coaching program, and you see them holding their breath to hear you talk. And then all of a sudden, in the midst of all these ideas, you think, if I only had a sales event that converted, that I didn't have to hop on a million different sales calls for an hour long each to make sure that I even get one sale this month. And then all of a sudden, in the midst of all these ideas, you see your 2-year-old baby boy's blue eyes with dark lashes framing the joy in his eyes. He's looking up at you with a smile that could melt gold. And you realize it's all for him. You want to be free. You want to hear his little footsteps pitter-pattering through your new A-frame cabin. You want to be able to build that beautiful home with enough rooms to have as many babies as you want. And you take a deep breath and you think, if I only knew I could trust my ideas. If I only knew that I had landed on $1 million idea. Well, with that thought, I have some absolutely fantastic news for you. In today's video, I will be breaking down the 3 top ways that you know you have hit $1 million idea so that you can take action, with faith. Now, something very exciting. I've been researching a couple of entrepreneurs, specifically Sarah Blakely, Elon Musk, and Melanie Perkins. Not necessarily in that order. It might actually be. I'll see. Now, their perspectives could not be more different, but that is why this works. So here are 3 ways to know you have landed on $1 million idea. You ready? Number 1, it feels a little crazy, but you know it's game-changing. This is inspired by Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX. Sometimes the best ideas don't feel safe. They honestly make you want to hide under the covers, run through a wall, and take action all at the same time. They maybe even make you feel a little nauseous, but you know that if these ideas were actually seen out in the world, if people were buying and taking action on your idea after you took action, that it could really change the game in your industry. So here's what to look for. Number 1, it is bigger than you. It has the potential to change someone's life or their business. Number 2, it is 10x better than what already exists. And number 3, it scares you a little, but in your gut, you know that it's time. So if you're kind of still waiting for it to take action here, watch all the way to the end because I'm going to give you your exact next step. You're going to walk away from this video knowing exactly what to do next. Elon Musk says, when something is important enough, you do it, even if the odds are not in your favor. So that's the first way. It feels a little crazy, but you know that it's game-changing. Okay, the second way is it comes from your own frustration, and it's personal. $1 million ideas are not created in boardrooms. They're created in bathrooms or closets or nap time brain spirals. This is inspired by Sarah Blakely. Now, she is the founder and executive chairwoman of Spanx. She says that if ideas are born in friction, in frustration, and you're willing to feel that frustration fully, that is when you've landed on something. Now, I've actually created a resource for you to feel your frustration fully, so you can unearth what brilliant ideas lie underneath that frustration. So it's called the Flow State Formula Podcast. I will link it below. First 100 people get lifetime access to it for free, so make sure that you go click that link before it's too late. But here are the 3 things to look for in this section. Number 1, you're solving a problem that you've actually lived through. Something where you can tell the story with conviction, where you understand the deep pain of the problem you're trying to solve. You can start small and test fast. That is what Sarah Blakely did. I believe I once heard the story of where she would stand in department stores, I think it was department stores, and she would sell the prototype of her product to anybody who would listen. She tested fast, but she started small. So That is something you can do. If you've landed on $1 million idea, there's ability for it to scale. And it doesn't even have to be polished. Honestly, it can be very human, very raw, and it can be led by the heart. That is the key for this section, led by the heart. Sarah Blakely says, what you don't realize is there's a whole other group of people out there who want to buy from your heart. The third way you can know if you've landed on $1 million idea is it's so simple, it's an obvious yes. And this is inspired by Melanie Perkins, the co-founder and CEO of Canva. $1 million idea isn't always flashy. It's clear. It doesn't need paragraphs to be explained. It just clicks. It makes someone say, oh yeah, I need that. Simplicity, it doesn't mean that it's basic. It means that it's brilliant. It means that it's understandable. You know, when I was researching who to add, Steve Jobs was on the top of my list. I almost added him because he had a very similar philosophy to Melanie Perkins. It has to be something that is simple, but at the same time so brilliant that it's a no-brainer. People want to say yes to it, and they're willing to pave the way to say yes to it. Now, this doesn't mean that you don't need sales skills. That's like a whole other topic that I will start talking about, but you want to make it beautiful, you want to make it simple, and you want to make it easy. So here's what to look for. Number one, you're solving a universal recurring problem that people face every single day. Number two, you've stripped it down to its essence. No fluff, no friction. And number three, you can grow and scale this idea without burning out. Now, this is key to stepping into your genius zone, because when you are in your genius zone, it doesn't feel like work. So, Melanie Perkins, this is the quote that I love so much from her that I chose for today. It's not about being in love with your solution, it's being in love with the problem. Now it's your turn. If even one of these topics or quotes stirred something in you and you have this idea in mind, then it is time to stop swirling and time to start building. And that is why inside the Find Your $1 Million Idea workshop, I will show you 3 things. We'll go do 3 exercises that's going to give you clarity. Number 1, we'll do the 15-minute business plan that'll help you get crystal clear on what you're building and why it matters. Number 2, the Zone of Genius framework. This will help give you a filter around every decision you make so that you can start creating in alignment with who you are and what you've been put on this world to create. And number 3, I'll teach you the 28-day launch formula so you can stop waiting, you can start testing, and start moving forward with confidence. And that really is what you want, isn't it? You want to stop laying in bed at night, waiting for the day that you finally are happy with the work you did. I was talking to this one woman. She had been an entrepreneur for 936 days. Yes, she is one of those people that figures out how many days she's been doing something, which I actually find very admirable. But anyways, she told me today is the 936th day that I've been an entrepreneur, and I've not been happy with my work one single day. These exercises are the exact ones that allowed one woman to write a book in 4 weeks, another to start posting 400% more on her Instagram channel than in the last 7 years, and another to launch a YouTube channel in just 3 days. It really can be simple, just like Melanie Perkins' advice. It can be simple, it can be scalable, and it can be valuable. So save your seat, join the next workshop, and get ready to start finding $1 million ideas on a consistent basis.